But my first most embarrassing moment was, oh god, there were so many. I'm a very narcissistic human. I love being loved. Then I'll just replace them with someone else.
Okay, interview's over.
Russia probably doesn't even exist. I've never been. Wait, am I gonna get arrested at the end of this? You're not gonna ask me anything about tax, are you? Wait, do I actually get one? Oh, thank God. And he dropped it and just ran away. And why am I not happy with my life? I don't know, you forgot to live.
Skie is your real name.
Yes, Sky is my real name. It is my legal name.
It is quite unusual.
It is, and it would be much more better if people stopped calling me Skie, but yes.
First question. How do you know the moon isn't made of cheese?
Bless, is this really the first question? Because cheese can't consist at that density or float that high, and it's made out of milk, and cows don't exist in space. Is it just logic?
Do you think that fate exists?
Yes and no. Okay, so I believe that everything in life that has occurred and will ever occur happened at the start of the Big Bang. Humans are just experiencing it in slow motion. However, I also believe in multi-universe theory, which means that fate can be altered based on different situations and different choices you make. A little like sliding doors. So endless possibilities, but they all have like the same kind of endpoint.
What does it mean to be happy?
God.
You should
don't
know.
know.
You should know. Every time I see
I'm
you,
a
you're
happy
very
person, but like, Jesus, no one actually knows the definition of happiness. It's just being in the moment. Happiness can't be defined. That's why everyone's looking for it.
Happiness is being in the moment.
Pretty much. You can't be sad if you're not worried about the past or worried about the future. Like right in this very second right now. The only thing I've got to be happy or sad about is the fact that I feel a little bit anxious, right? And that's it. Everything else doesn't matter. That's the definition of happiness, I guess. I took that from Eckhart Tolle, so, you know, I take no credit.
What is true friendship?
I don't know.
Never had one?
Friends, like, but each of my friends is different. Like, the requirements are different. I guess it comes down to, like, if they really, really need me, I'm there, and if I really, really need them, they're there, so that's friendship. And being accepting of each other, even though, like, both you're a fucking total mess.
Are you a cool person?
Am I a good person?
Are you cool?
Cool?
Yeah, are you cool? Do you consider yourself...
Am I hip or square? No.
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 Why don't you think you're cool?
Definitely not cool.
I would argue that later. Is it easier to love or to be loved?
Much more easier to be loved than what it is to love. I'm a very narcissistic human. I love being loved.
Yeah. But to be loved requires you to maintain the image the other person fell in love with.
That's easy.
That's
And if
easy.
they lose that image, then I'll just replace them with someone else that has a new image.
Okay, interview's over. If you could change anything in your past, what would it be?
Honestly, this is so cliche, but I would have stayed in school. Well, I left in year 10, half my fault, half my mother's fault. I would have preferred to go through to year 12, and then, I don't know, maybe I would have learned that, like, staying dedicated to something for a long period of time has a great reward coming out of it, and then maybe I would have got a university degree, and then maybe I would be something really dumb right now. Probably a psychologist.
How does one find purpose in life?
Read The Alchemist. I'm sorry. Bad joke. I don't know. The Japanese have this thing, find something you're passionate about that makes you money that also benefits society. That's your purpose.
How can you prove that anything exists outside of your own mind?
You can't.
How can you prove that I'm real?
You can't. It's a paradox.
Same as if you're not in Russia, how do you know that it even exists?
The internet? But how do I know the internet wasn't existed in my mind? Russia probably doesn't even exist. I've never been.
Probably. Can achieving nothing make a person happy?
Sometimes, yes. Because everyone's always in a rush to be somewhere, do something, be better, do greater. And then they get like all stressed and like caught in their heads and they get anxiety, they get depression because they're not reaching anything. And sometimes you just need to stop and do like a hard reset. And a hard reset is just doing nothing. And a hard reset makes you happy. The same as you hard reset a computer when it's full of viruses.
Do you think that people get less happy with age?
Definitely.
And why is that?
Because we get more responsibilities and more bullshit and more like expectations. I think there's a point though. Like we're really, really happy when we're children. We get really depressed when we're like teenagers and young adults. And then like, I don't know, I found at 30 that like a little switch clicked in my brain and I just stopped giving a fuck what people thought about me. Like I still care, but I don't care as much. Which is making me happier, but I'm also more cranky because I'm less tolerant. So, well, I remember being like 25 and freaking out. And I'm like, I need to get my life together. I need to get everything sorted. I'm going to be 30 in like 5 years, you know, and I don't have like this great career plan or like a house or anything. And then I reached like 27 and I was like, oh, holy shit, all my friends in my 30s have no idea what the fuck they're doing. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's not so bad, but I was still like subconscious about how other people thought about me and what people thought about what I did and stuff. And then at 30, I'm like, why the fuck do I care what they think about me? Because like, one, they're not a long-standing participant in my life. And two, not to be that person, but they're not paying my fucking bills, are they?
And what is your most embarrassing moment in life?
Oh god, there are so many. But my first most embarrassing moment was, I was in year 5 and I had this massive crush on this kid, Ahan. Like terrible crush. And I remember one of my friends went up and told him that I liked him in front of me, and I was quite like a chubby shy girl at the time. And he was drinking a juice box and he dropped it and just ran away. And I was like, the fuck? But like, yeah, I just, that was, yeah, probably the most embarrassing memory ever. He never really spoke to me after that, so.
If death is inevitable, why bother doing anything?
That's the thing. Because death is inevitable, we should do everything. It gives us... You ever see The Good Place? Probably not. Okay, the reason why people got bored and felt worthless was because life was going to go on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Giving them the option of death gave them the ability to live everything to the fullest, and gave them the ability to take chances and options, and to know that you only truly live once, so you should go out and do as much as you possibly can in the very short time frame that we have.
But why a lot of people don't do that?
Because they're fucking idiots and they think they're going to live forever, and they're so caught up on expectations of what a perfect life is because they watch too many TV shows, I'm assuming. Society says I need to get married at this age, have children at this age, buy this house, work a 9 to 5, blah blah blah, etc., and be this perfect person, and then on my deathbed, because I've had kids and I bought a house, I should be satisfied, and why am I not happy with my life? I don't know, you forgot to live.
What would be a perfect day for you?
Early mornings, 27-degree sun, a massage, drinks on a beach, maybe something a little fun and exciting. I just bought a bike, so a bike ride, something like that. Cute little like tapas bar, small bar, jazz music, sunset, stars, bed. Perfect day.
And that was the last question. Woohoo!
Wunderbar! Cheers.
This mindset is new. A few hundred years ago, you couldn't travel from one social status to another. You know, you were born into something, and you lived within those limits.
Yeah. But we're not 100 years ago, are we?
No. But the question is, will the free mind lead us to a better place?
If we cut down the population, then yeah, it would create a better society. It will move us forward. I think everyone will be a lot more happier.
How do you cut down on population?
Release some viruses. No, actually, most millenniums and Gen Zers aren't having children or getting married anymore. So that will cut it down itself.
You didn't like what you just said.